I ran an experiment. Same man, same bar, same woman, different body. At 18% body fat, she didn't look at me once in 2 hours. At 11% body fat, she approached me in 4 minutes. I tracked every single variable, and in this video, I am going to give you the exact date and the precise body composition that made her notice me first. By the end of this video, you will know the exact shoulder-to-waist ratio your crush responds to involuntarily, the body fat percentage that makes you visually dominant in any room she's in, and the 90-day protocol that gets you there with exact numbers. I spent months on this. I tracked my social interactions with women for 30 days at 18% body fat, and then another 30 days at 11% body fat. The difference was staggering. We're talking about approach rates, conversation length, number exchanges, everything. And it all came down to a few specific physical measurements that produced the largest shift in how women responded to me. The most important one, the golden ratio. It's not a myth, it's math. Let's get into the hard data. There's a study that proves this. Women consistently rate men with a shoulder-to-waist ratio of 1.6 as 38% more attractive than men with identical faces, height, and style who have a ratio of 1.3. Let that sink in. The specific shape of your body sends a stronger attraction signal than your face, your height, or anything you wear. This isn't about being huge, it's about being proportional. When I was at 18% body fat, my ratio was a decent 1.35. I was working out. I was strong, but I was invisible. My waist was around 34 inches, and my shoulders were about 46 inches. I blended in, then I made a change. I focused on dropping my body fat to get my waist smaller and simultaneously building the specific muscles that widen my shoulders. Over 90 days, I got down to 11% body fat. My waist shrunk to 31 inches, and my shoulders, with targeted training, expanded to just over 49.5 inches. That put my new ratio at 1.6. Exactly the number from the study. The moment I walked into that same bar, the energy was different. It wasn't just that one woman. It was a complete shift in social dynamics. Eye contact from across the room, women initiating conversations. The difference was night and day. The data I collected backed it up. At 18% body fat, over 30 days, I initiated 100% of conversations. 0 women approached me. The average conversation lasted less than 2 minutes. At 11% body fat and a 1.6 ratio, women initiated contact 40% of the time. The average conversation length jumped to over 7 minutes. It's because this ratio is a biological signal of health, strength, and fitness that operates on a subconscious level. You're not just looking better, you're communicating strength without saying a word. So how do you get there? It's not about endless cardio or just bench pressing more weight. It's a targeted strategy. For 90 days, I followed a specific protocol, focused on 3 muscle groups that have the biggest impact on that shoulder-to-waist ratio. This isn't about getting bulky, it's about creating an illusion of width and a narrow core. The 3 pillars are the deltoids, the lats, and the obliques. First, the deltoids, specifically the medial or side delts. This is what creates that shoulder width. Forget endless overhead presses. The key is high-volume lateral raises with perfect form. I'm talking about lightweight, slow, and controlled reps, focusing on the squeeze at the top. 4 times a week, I did 5 sets of 15 to 20 reps. The goal isn't to lift heavy, it's to force blood into the muscle and create that round, capped look. This single exercise did more for my shoulder width than anything else. Second, the latissimus dorsi, or your lats. This is what builds your V-topper from the back, making your waist appear smaller by comparison. The number 1 exercise for this is the wide grip pull-up, or wide grip lat pull-downs if you can't do pull-ups yet. The key here is the wide grip and pulling your elbows down and back, really squeezing your lats. 3 times a week, I aimed for 50 total reps. It could be 5 sets of 10, or 10 sets of 5, whatever it took to get to 50 quality reps. This is what carves out that V-shape that is universally seen as attractive. The exact program I used is at level 300.nl. The third and final muscle group is your obliques and transverse abdomen. Most guys get this wrong. They do hundreds of side bends with heavy weights, which only makes their waist thicker. You want to avoid that. The goal is a narrow, tight waist. The 2 exercises I used were stomach vacuums and planks. Every morning, before eating, I did 5 sets of stomach vacuums, holding for 20 seconds. This pulls your waist in by strengthening the deep core muscle that acts like a natural corset. Then, 3 times a week, I did 3 sets of planks, holding for as long as I could. This builds core stability without adding bulk. Combining a smaller, tighter waist from these exercises with wider shoulders and lats is how you create that dramatic 1.6 ratio. So, the 90-day protocol is simple but intense. High-volume lateral raises for shoulder width. Wide grip pull-ups for that V-tapper and stomach vacuums and planks to shrink and tighten your waist. Of course, all of this has to be paired with a clean diet to get your body fat down to that 11 to 12% range. You can't outtrain a bad diet. I focused on whole foods, high protein, and a slight calorie deficit. No magic pills, just consistency. The results speak for themselves. The social proof was undeniable. But more than that, it was the feeling of walking into a room and knowing you command a presence. It's a quiet confidence that comes from achieving a specific, difficult goal. It changes how you carry yourself, how you interact with people, and ultimately, how they interact with you. The transformation isn't just physical, it's psychological. And here's the brutal truth. Every single day you spend in the gym just lifting heavy weights without a clear strategic goal for your body's proportions. You are building a body that gets bigger without crossing the precise threshold that makes your crush notice you first. You're working hard, but you're working on the wrong things. You're staying invisible. And the difference between being invisible and being unforgettable is one number you have probably never calculated. It's the difference between her looking through you and her walking up to you. Don't be the guy she never sees. I've laid out the principles, but the exact day-by-day program I used, with the specific sets, reps, exercise variations, and the diet plan that got me from 18% to 11% body fat is all laid out. I documented everything. You don't have to guess. Go to level300.nl right now and get the exact protocol I used. It's the blueprint. The longer you wait, the longer you're just another guy in the gym. Go to the site now, before someone else does.